Hello, Mr. Bryant. How are you today?
Not too bad, Constable Carrier.
We had a bank robbery on the weekend. And someone broke into Mrs. Johnson's apartment, which is located behind the bank. Got through her wall and into the vault. We figure at least $200,000 in cash and securities missing. Well, I'm just talking to everyone in the village, hoping someone may have seen something that can help us. Have you seen anything?
Yes, on Sunday afternoon I was walking down the street and I saw a car in the laneway, and I knew Mrs. Johnson was over at the cottage for the weekend, and I jotted the number down on a shopping bag that I was carrying at the time. It's in the house here if you want to step in and find it for you.
Sure, can I have a look at it?
Certainly. Come on right in, sir.
40805, go ahead.
Barry 40805, can I have a registration check on Ontario license FBM 381, Frank Boyd Mary 381. 10-8.
40805, is that a 1028 on Frank Boyd Mary 381?
10-4.
Stand by 40805.
Hello, I'm Bill Davis, Premier of Ontario, inviting you to get involved in crime prevention. You have just seen a reenactment of an actual event that took place not too long ago. Due largely to the cooperation of one concerned citizen, the Ontario Provincial Police were able to solve that crime. The provincial government is responsible for law enforcement and public safety in Ontario, and we are justly proud of how your police work so effectively to maintain order and security in our communities. But the cost of this law enforcement can be high in both human and financial terms. Many of our tax dollars must be spent on apprehending criminals, trying them in our courts, and keeping them in our penal institutions. Physical and mental suffering and property loss as a result of crime add to the toll. How much better would be for everyone concerned if crimes could be prevented from happening? There are many crimes that need never occur. They happen because people are often unaware of simple, basic precautions they could take to protect themselves and their property. Recognizing this, the Ontario Provincial Police have launched a crime prevention program.
Good morning. I'm Dale Sproul. This is CHEX Radio. With us, Constable Dick Parrington of the Ontario Provincial Police. And Dick, we have our first caller on the line.
Good morning, Constable Parrington.
Constable Parrington, my husband and I are going to the cottage this coming weekend for the last time this year. Can you tell me some of the precautions we should be taking when we're locking it up for the winter?
Yes, we have a few suggestions for you. First of all, any items that are portable, such as small televisions, stereo sets, little radios, something that you can carry with you. Take them out of the cottage and bring them home with you over the winter months.
Articles that are too big to take away with you, fridges, stoves, or even the stereos and televisions, make sure that you have the serial numbers off of them, written down on a piece of paper and in your possession. Make sure that all the windows, your doors, have locks, and those locks work perfectly. If they don't hold the window or door, they're of no value to you and make easy entry for a thief. The other thing we suggest strongly is to get to know your neighbors in the area. If they're up at their cottage, have them check yours, or vice versa. This way you can create a security system within your area. And if you can find a cottage, destroying evidence that they can use. No cottage is completely burglar-proof. We suggest
Operator, could I have Zenith 50,000, please?
Car 7980, Barry. Car 7980, Barry, proceed to a break and enter in progress at the Moffett Cottage on Queens Walk Road.
Allison 7241.
Go ahead, 7241 Allison.
Allison 7241. I found Mr. Heller's service station open again. Do you want to give him a call and have him come down and lock it up? Morning, Mr. Heller.
I'm sorry. Sorry about left the door open again, eh?
Yes, I checked it over. Everything appeared to be in order.
Nobody was broke in or... Did it again.
Hello? Mr. Heller?
Yes.
Hi. How are you? I'm Ted Boone of the OPP.
What can I do for you?
Well, we're doing a crime prevention survey within this area, and we're checking all the local businessmen to see what we can do to maybe offer some suggestions to improve the security around their building premises.
Well, I've never had any trouble around here before, but I guess we can look around and see what we can find.
Good enough. For example, Mr. Heller, this doorway, this broken piece of wood, would make it very easy for a thief to pop that out, reach in and turn the handle and open the door, or even with the window here, this louvered window. They're not too secure and they can be popped out very easily.
They shouldn't have louvered glass?
No, they're not a secure window. And another thing that was brought to my attention, been looking over the report, I see that you don't have an interior light on here at night.
No.
And with your cash register sitting there closed...
There's nothing in it, though.
I know, but the thief doesn't know that. It might be a temptation for him to just knock that panel out, which would take a matter of seconds, and then he comes in, breaks open your cash register and damages it for nothing.
Yeah.
So you're losing all the way around there.
I never thought of that. As you probably all know, my garage was broken into last week, and I suffered some heavy losses. It was all due to my own carelessness, because goodness knows I was warned. I want to give you some of the benefit of my experience. So I brought along with me today from the Ontario Provincial Police, and I'm going to introduce him now, my good friend, Corporal Ted Boone.
The precautions that we've been talking about with regards to your business premises equally apply to your home as well. We so often find in the home protection investigations that we do that people are trying to protect many, many thousands of dollars with cheap or inferior type of locks. So many people, when they leave the home for the day, they leave the garage door open. It's just an invitation for a thief to stop in and break into the home. The open door, the car gone, automatically tells them that there's nobody home, and also within the garage there are many, many items to break into the house with. They may find something to slip the angle lock on your window just by pushing it out of the way. They may use the ladder to get into an upstairs window, and
Another thing you should be aware of, too, is the newspapers and mail building up in your mailboxes. It's an advertisement that you're not at home and haven't been home for a few days. The best way to overcome this is to have a neighbor come and check your place on a daily basis. Let him know that you're going to be away. And if he sees anybody suspicious around your home, he can notify the police.
Herman, did Mrs. Watson say they were going to be away for a week?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, there's someone over there.
So what? You know, maybe it's a friend. I don't know. I really don't know.
Herman, she asked us to keep an eye on the place. Someone could be breaking in. Don't you think we should call the police?
You call the police. I'm watching the game. Don't bother me.
Well, I hope she's more concerned about our property when we're away. Hello, operator. May I have Zenith 50,000, please?
Fine, thanks, Mrs. Fitzsimmons. We'll have our snowmobile patrol out right away to check on that, and we'll contact you at your residence. Thanks for your call.
Barry 7254.
7259, Barry. Proceed to the Fitzsimmons residence on Cedar Grove Road, approximately 4 miles east of Highway 22. Reported possible break and enter in that area.
Looks like a break-hander, all right. Let's follow that fresh track. Sir, I'd like to talk to you.
Harold, isn't it a fact that regardless of how well you protect your home, a professional thief can break in if he really wants to?
Oh, that's right, Doug. Once he's in, the problem is after he goes after the material, you know, like such as a wrench or an iron that we have here. If he steals this and stashes it somewhere, and we, recover the stash in the farm or in a barn or a house or something like this, there should be some way that you can identify this, and this is why we're pushing this operation identification program with the electric pencil, which is supplied by the insurance companies. You want to see how it works?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Harold, let me have a look at that for a moment. Harold, what is it you put on your possessions?
Well, Doug, really, you can put your insurance number, your Social Security number, your driver's license number, or what I do is just put my initials in the year.
Now, if I were a fence, I'd be a fool to buy something like that.
Right on, Doug, because we have statistics where people who have identified their homes as having this operation identification program, the thieves just aren't going near it because they don't want to take this time. It takes time to get rid of this.
Well, if it takes time to get rid of it, how can you be assured that the thieves haven't gone down the street and marked all the homes that have that identification and say, stay away, fellas, and then go into the ones that haven't.
Oh, this is also showing up in the statistics, too. So that's why we're encouraging everyone to jump on the bandwagon and become a member of Operation Identification and mark their merchandise. With the public's participation in Operation Identification, we might just put a thief out of business.
Okay, I'm just checking this thing out.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Why don't put it in the sign? Please, stealing my car.
Remember that out of all stolen cars in Ontario, 80% have been left unlocked. 40% of these have left people have left the keys in the ignition. When we leave our car, have we left it secure? Or have we given someone the opportunity to steal our car? Have we invited a theft? Perhaps someone our own age can come along. Just because the car is there and left unlocked, perhaps keys in the ignition, they may take it for a joyride. Also, if that person happens to be picked up, arrested while driving the car, taken into court, suffer a conviction for theft or possession of stolen property, they'll receive a criminal record. This can have a long-time effect on them.
Sandra, quick! Bring a blanket.
Thank you. Oh, God. Okay.
Operator, Zenith 50,000.
I was coming home from a dance. I was coming, hitchhiking, and God, this man, he picked me up and he tried to kill me.
Yeah, can you explain to me exactly what happened?
As fast as I could.
I
really didn't see anything until he stopped the car. It just sort of jarred me into awareness, and I didn't realize what he was doing.
Where exactly did you pick her up? It's very important.
Take you back there.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Constable Sherry Baker. Is your daughter Karen home?
Yes, she is. Please come in.
Fine, thank you.
Here's your coffee, and I'll leave you to it.
Oh, thank you. Karen, now that you've had time to think about your experience, is there anything that you've thought of that could help prevent this happening to you again?
I've decided that I'm not going to hitchhike anymore. Well, not for a little while anyway. Unless I'm with a lot of friends, you know. I won't get in a car with somebody I don't know. It really shook me up, and
we had a child come up to one of our officers on the road, along with the little girl's mother. And she related an instance where a molester-type person attempted to get her into an automobile. She got the license number and the color of the vehicle, enabling us to do a check on this vehicle, and we found out later that the person did have molester tendencies and he was able to be dealt with. And we like to feel that as a direct result of the program, she was able to not only get information for us, but she was able to protect herself.
The problem that we have now, believe it or not, is also cattle rustling, which seems to be more prevalent now. Whether this is due to our recent economic situation or what, I don't know, but it is a problem that we're going to have to deal with within our crime prevention program.
In the rural areas, the farmers seem to know who should be there and who shouldn't be there. I think if our men in the field, when they're out talking to these farmers, if they'd ask the farmers just to jot down a license number of any strange vehicle, suspicious vehicle that they see in the area.
I think we'll all agree that one of the problems with those people that are willing to come forward and speak to us about what they've seen is that the fact that they cannot recall exactly what they've seen. Because it's most important to us that not only do we get a description of what's happened, but it should be accurate, because we rely on the people to tell us what they've seen. And in that way, when a criminal goes to commit an offense, as they often do, they count how many policemen there are around. If they could also have to count the amount of people that are around, if they could say, well, everyone that's looking at me is seeing everything and remembering everything, then perhaps they may not be quite so keen on committing the crimes, and I think perhaps that would help us an awful lot.
Oh, hey! More! Come on! Go on! Stay out of here!
I got more for guys like you.
Come on, Mitre, get the hell out of the door. Jeez, is this the only guy around this town? Go, Bruce. You okay? Yeah. Hey, buddy? Okay. Goddamn fool. Oh, come on, we'll look after those guys, you bastard. You okay? Let's go up to the pool hall and get the boys.
Operator, scene is 50,000.
In this film, you have seen the crime prevention program in action. It shows how people cooperate with the police, learn how to protect themselves, their homes, and their businesses, and how to contact the police when crimes do occur. The OPP can be reached very easily from anywhere in Ontario. It is simply a matter of picking up a telephone, dialing 0, and asking the operator for Zenith 50,000. Use that number when you need help or when you want to report a crime. Remember, our crime prevention program will only succeed if we respond to it, because after all, it is our program. So let's get involved in helping keep Ontario a safe place to live in.